I'm on the road to the Rancho de los Chavez next to Amacueca, Jalisco. Here they cultivate coffee on an organic way. In Vietnam, my brothers are selling coffee, so I'm looking for information about the best way to cultivate coffee, to go back in Vietnam and develop the coffee agriculture. In this garden, they have coffee trees with other plants. It really looks like a natural forest. This way of cultivating respects the environment and doesn't need much energy. On the other way, it doesn't produce to be rich. It produces enough to live on. These are coffee beans. The green ones are still immature, and the red ones are good to be harvested. I didn't know there was so much on the branch. I never saw them red. Every time I went in Vietnam, they were green. It's not an intensive agriculture. The people who are working here are cultivating just trees, coffee trees, on an organic way. So it means no chemicals to control the pest or to fertilize the soil. And they do everything by hand. They take the grants and they cultivate the trees by hand. The two persons who are working here are two old women, and they are living on their traditional agriculture. With those trees, they also cultivate some oranges and other vegetables. They take care of chickens, animals, and then they eat them so they can live on what they are cultivating and growing here. This kind of agriculture allows the producer to sell those products with a higher price, and it respects the environment. So there is no sickness or illness that you can have from the chemicals that some people use on their agriculture. Citric plants are also cultivated in this agroforestry system. They don't have that theoretical knowledge that I'm learning at school. They know what works to eat. They plant trees, and if it doesn't grow, they plant another one. They don't use any chemicals. They don't even use compost. They only throw away the fruit peels in this forest. I guess the microfauna in the forest is very active. The people living here are not poor, but they live on a very simple life. This village is very peaceful, and it shares the space with the natural ecosystem. It is a life in fusion with nature. When they need to eat, they go out and harvest the fruit and some vegetables, then cook a delicious dish. No ambition to get big amounts of money. No lies, no struggle to life. In Vietnam, most of coffee fields are open. Here, this field is covered by nut trees. I don't know if this kind of system can be done in Vietnam. I know that we sometimes cultivate it with durian or jackfruits, but it's not as much trees as here. I have this strange thought. Why are we running during our life, while it is so easy to live in our garden, waiting the plants to grow? Surely it is dangerous if the plants don't grow, but it's much easier. When I will be 50 years old, I plan to retire and cultivate my own food. All students in biology or agronomy should go to visit those small villages. Here people know important things that are not in books. They love to share the knowledge. Sure, you will have a great experience helping them. The diversity of corn is quite impressive in Mexico. Traditional agriculture continues to produce those tasteful spaces. They are so colorful. I hope the new generation will be able to know this old way to live and cultivate. Thank you for watching, like this video and subscribe if you want other ones.